Hey everybody, Mario here, otherwise known as Y2 on the interwebs, and welcome to another edition of the 52 Review. So, a new month, May, which means a new numbering, number 9, and the first of the new number 9s for DC. Let's begin with Red Lanterns, number 9. So, Red Lanterns as a whole, I feel, is like a giant roller coaster ride. Sometimes it goes up, and sometimes it goes down. Sometimes it goes up and down. This would be a down issue. I mean, a whole lot of nothing happened. I mean, maybe that's not completely accurate, but here's pretty much what happened for most of the issue. I am Atrocitus and I'm angry. I'm Bleeds and I'm pissed. I'm angry. Random red lanterns. Blood. I know, I understand. The color is rage. We get it. But it didn't help the plot move along any. So as you remember in the last issue, things are not looking so great for the lanterns. The Red Lanterns, that is. One of Atrocitus's abominations, failed experiments, basically somehow managed to poison a gigantic power battery, and is starting to slowly kill off the entire Corps. Meanwhile, Jack Moore, better known as Rancor, shows up with the rest of the Corps, and after getting into some entanglements, is basically like, oh man, what am I doing here? Oh man, I'm supposed to do something. But we never understand what the point of him being there is. Some panels, we get the idea that he's supposed to be like the savior of the Red Lanterns, the anomaly, the special one, the one that's gonna do good for the Corps. In others, he's just as equally as confused as the rest of them. The only thing seems to be different about him is that he can create constructs, which I guess is a rare thing in the Red Lantern Corps. Also, I just want to say that this cover is completely misleading. I was crapping bricks because I thought that the Black Lanterns had risen again, and we basically were going to see another Blackest Night going on. And I was like, holy crap, why is Red Lanterns getting the Blackest Night, Black Lanterns saga happening again? Till I realized that that is not even the case at all. Nope. So, boo for misleading covers. I don't even know what happened. All I know is that there was a lot of anger and rage and a lot of confusion as to what the hell Rancor's purpose for being there is. And that's pretty much what issue 9 was about. I really hope that 10 finds direction in the series again, and I really hope that the ride that is the Red Lantern comic series is a little more consistent, you know, steady climb, instead of the roller coaster ride that it's been right now. Next up is Justice League International, number 9. So this was a pretty good issue. We're starting to get a lot more clues as to who is behind the bombings and the attack on the JLI. I am glad to see that there's still a lot of strong emotions and blowback from what happened 2 issues ago. Also, OMAC for some reason shows up and gets into some tussles with the remaining members of the JLI. Now we find out late in the issue that there is kind of a reason why he's there, but it still doesn't explain what the hell he's doing in the immediate area. But that's just me. And yeah, we still get to see Batwing is still around in the picture, and like I said, to me, I just get uneasy when there's more than one guest star that appears in the comic series, because that usually means that it's not doing so great. So maybe I'm completely off, and I'm really hoping that I am wrong. But I don't know, I just can't shake off this bad feeling. Dan Jurgens is pretty consistent in his writing and in the story. Booster's really stepping up as a leader of a broken team. Guy Gardner is, for better or for worse, still his usual Guy Gardner self. Take that from what you will. And Batman, well, I don't know, he's supposed to be like the mentor type, but sometimes he's just there just to say, hey, look, Batman was there in JLI number 9. Still though, it's a really great issue. Aaron Lopresti's artwork is pretty great with me. It looks really nice. The only thing that is keeping me from saying, wowee, what a fantastic issue, is the fact that they're resorting to an old comic ploy that I thought was discontinued years ago. Is when I saw the last page of this issue, it basically told me to pick up another comic series issue because that's where the story will continue. What the F? I did not like this when I gave up comics for a while in the late 90s, and I really don't like it now. I understand that this is kind of a good business ploy to get readers into other comic series that they normally wouldn't read, but this is a series that has been consistently going on for 9 issues. You would think that there would be no problem continuing on with the story in the next issue. Is there something else that's going to happen that is causing the story to get deflected a bit into another comic series? And yes, we do get pretty much a strong poke to go and buy that comic, especially since we get another cameo, or cameos, that appear in the last page. Not a big fan of this ploy. Now I'm trying to decide whether or not I should get that particular comic. It's Firestorm, by the way, in case you're wondering. I don't know. Just wasn't into it. I don't know if I should get it. Just for what? To continue? We'll see. But otherwise, it's a solid issue. Just didn't like what they decided to do with it. Next up, Detective Comics number 9. So, you know how I've been feeling about the latest issues of Detective Comics. Issue 8 surprised me. Will issue 9 do the same? The answer is yes. This is another issue you want to pick up. It's basically one of the first Bat Family issues that kicks off the Night of Owls crossover storyline. And I loved it. We get a lot of insight as to what goes down in Arkham Asylum, which is one of the targets that the Talons are attacking. Specifically, the latest Arkham descendant that is running the place. Don't know why I needed to use quotes for that last sentence, but whatever. A lot of stuff goes down. I'm amazed as to how things played out. Batman predictably shows up at some point. We get some internal monologue with Dr. Arkham. And the Talons, just so creepy how they just operate and move and talk. I can imagine their voices in my head, and it's not something pleasant. Also, we get to see some of the inmates of Arkham. It was nice to see a lot of the old Batman rogues hanging around, and it was even more amazing to see what happened, what they did when the Talons attacked. Really, it was a really great issue. I'm surprised. There may yet be hope for this comic series, which is amazing. And I love the Two-Face backup. One of my friends brought an interesting point, is that the shades are so damn dark that it's sometimes hard to determine who's who. But I kind of had no problem. I knew exactly who Two-Face was. And it's a really great backup. It's really showing how Harvey Dent is like. And it's basically mentioning that he recently just became Two-Face from the way they're implying certain lines. From the way they're implying certain parts of the dialogue. It's pretty much implying that Harvey only became Two-Face pretty recently. I still have no idea what the point of the backup is, other than to provide us with a good side story. Maybe, hopefully, Harvey will work his way into a future storyline for Detective. I'm really hoping so, and I'm really hoping, and yes, I will continue to insist this, I'm really hoping to see a great beginning and an exciting conflict or middle part and a dramatic conclusion, because it deserves it. But for this issue, it was well worth the price. It was really exciting, and although it really didn't contribute a crap ton to the Night of Owls crossover like I thought it would, it was still something you should grab anyway. Check it out. And finally, my pick for this edition of the 52 review, and only just barely, Action Comics number 9. I'm confused by this issue, because it's a great issue, don't get me wrong. It was a fantastic issue. It had great character development, it had a great plot. I love the action, and the artwork was fantastic. Gene Ha, loved the artwork. And if this was an Elseworlds comic series, then this would have been the best issue for that series so far. But this is Action Comics, and if you guys were complaining about how issues 5 and 6 took a break from the storyline when that happened, man, you're going to be fuming when you read this issue. I have no idea why they focus on President Superman, the Superman of Earth 23. I have no idea, which I don't want to sound like a jerk, but it kind of seems to me like that version of Earth is kind of like the blaxploitation um, Earth. It's a little odd, and I think they were laying it on it too thick, but that's just my opinion. Still though, I really enjoyed just the entire issue. I mean, I really have no complaints about the issue itself. My question is, why? I don't understand what Grant Morrison's angle is. I completely understood why he took a break in issues 5 and 6 to give Superman a little more development. I completely understood that, and the plot was strong. Action Comics' plot from issues 1 through 8 has been consistent. It's been fantastic. The whole final confrontation with Brainiac and the Collector storyline, solid gold, baby. Maybe this is the way to take a break from that current storyline before we go on with the next one. I don't know though. I don't know. The only person that would know is Grant Morrison himself. You'd have to ask him why he decided to go with this route. It's a little confusing, and I'm not sure what the point of it was. But that aside, it was a really fantastic issue, and just another quality Grant Morrison joint. So if you don't mind being a little confused as to what the point of this issue was, well, pick it up, because it's a really good one. Well, that about does it for now. As always, if you have any comments, questions, whatever, please feel free to post down in the commentary plot. I do read them, and I do get back to you sooner or later. No doubt this one will be posted a little bit late. More stuff going on. It is Cinco de Mayo after all. Ha ha ha. Yes, I'm over 21. I hope you guys enjoy the Avengers as well. It came out this weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm about to go watch it. And that's it for me. As always, live nerdcore, Y2M out.